Instagram stories are a great way to stay on your audience's radar. They are not really the best for account growth per se, but showing up on them consistently can help you in a lot of ways on the platform, driving traffic to your posts, gaining overall visibility on the content that you create, people reacting to your stories and landing in your DMs. The algorithm favors that kind of behavior. I'll explain in this video and give you 5 tips for increasing your story views. I'm Phil Pallen, a brand strategist. Welcome to my channel where I promise practical advice to build your brand, getting more views on Instagram stories. Let me start with a simple hack. Take a 24-hour breather. Take a breath. Don't post on Instagram stories for 24 hours. If you've posted in the last 24 hours, let that story expire. It may seem counterintuitive, but giving your account a beat without posting, this will increase your story views when you go to post. I generally follow this rule. On days I show up on stories, I show up consistently and I show up on purpose. I'll post in the morning, my face. People seem to respond to that more than just simply starting the day or reposting something from my feed that I just posted. That comes later because I want to drive traffic to my content, but I also want to keep it fun, light, personal, and unplanned. That's what makes Instagram stories great. Sometimes I use a radio station analogy when I talk about this. What is going to make people tune into your radio station instead of someone else's? Because there are a lot of other choices. It's a mix of content, voices of people who keep us entertained, mixed with music, which is like content that entertains us, mixed with advertisements that helps us keep the lights on. And it can't be too much of one thing, or we will change the channel. Speaking of channel, I would really recommend having more than one channel, marketing channel that is. When it comes to promoting your brand and business, I don't just rely on Instagram. I also have an email newsletter with an entirely different audience. Can I recommend an easy-to-use platform for it? Moosend is our sponsor for this video today. They say they're the easiest email marketing and automation software out there, and I would totally agree. If you are creating on Instagram, I'd suggest building an audience somewhere else as well. Moosend is perfect for that because they've got over 75 free responsive email newsletter templates for you to try. All of them look good on mobile. You can create professional looking email newsletters in seconds, no coding needed. I'm going to link to Moosend below so you can give it a try for free. Such a cool platform for creators. Now let's get back to talking about Instagram. Increasing your story views. Tip number 2. Post something interesting. If you want more people watching your stories, give them the content that's more interesting than content that they can get elsewhere. And don't overthink it. I talked about a variety earlier. Let's come back to that for a second. Interesting can be everyday activities or thoughts. It can be what you're eating, what you're doing, what you're thinking. Intermix fleeting moments of you, your face, your opinion, your realization with other content. These little moments make us, the viewer, feel like your best friend. That's essentially what we want to simulate on a platform like Instagram. Next, maybe you spot content on Instagram and it resonates with you. Something exciting, something surprising or shocking. That sounds like it might be something that you could share to your stories. That's great. That's called curation, another interesting content type to mix in. And if you post your feed that day, go ahead and share that post so that you increase the likelihood that your audience sees it. Some users consume stories more than feed and vice versa, so they might actually miss it if you just posted on one vertical. The key element here is variety, so things stay interesting. Think stories, think lessons learned, relatable moments. That's interesting. Next, number 3, hook them. Entice them to keep watching more of your story. You probably noticed that you'll always get more views on that first slide, photo or video that you post in your story. Let that motivate you right off the bat to hook them or grab the user's attention so that they want to keep watching. Let me quickly come up with a few. You won't believe what happened today, or something like, I have the best news to share with you. And then you would share the news. It's been a rough day. Here's what happened. And then your subsequent stories could tell them. Or how about something like this? I have a story for you. You get the idea. A hook retains your viewer and it leads to a higher story view or total views. Let's keep going. Number 4, engagement stickers. This is so incredibly important on Instagram. Using engagement stickers tells Instagram that people are interested in what you're posting, even if it's silly. For example, I recently shared this feed post to my stories, wearing a funny shirt because I got my tonsils out. How could we make this story better? Add an engagement sticker. Yep, people interacting with your story tells Instagram, hey, their audience is engaged in what they're posting. And I bet if you experiment with this, you will get more views when you use engagement stickers, sliders, the emoji press, polls, clicks, questions. You get the idea. Try it and report back. Let me know in the comments below. I have one more tip for increasing story views. Number 5, post in intervals. In other words, don't post all at once. Even when you're telling a story, tell pieces of that story over a longer period of time. The reason for this is simple. Each time you post to your story, it surfaces as new content for your followers. So if you post them all at once, you're only going to benefit from that once. If you spread out the updates, then you get more of these and, in turn, more viewers. So, in review, quickly, let your stories expire and take a 24-hour breather. Post interesting content. Interesting is exciting, surprising, shocking, relatable. Hook them so that they want to keep watching. Use engagement stickers so the algorithm serves your content to more people. Finally, post in intervals, not all at once. Since we're talking about Instagram and how to grow, you should check out my Instagram growth checklist. This outlines exactly what to do on Instagram to get more followers organically, breaking down the perfect hour spent on Instagram to grow. Linked in the description below, my way of saying thanks for hanging out with me today. Now I want to hear from you. If you've got any other lingering questions, comment below. Let's keep the conversation going on down there. I respond to those personally. Don't forget to give Moosend a look. They're my sponsor today. The easiest email marketing and automation software out there, linked in the description below. You got to check it out. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. That helps other people discover these videos, which we work hard to create for you. And subscribe for more of my videos on branding, positioning, building, and promoting your brand. Next, I'm going to share a few videos I think you'll be interested in. I'm Pallen. Thanks for watching, and those are coming up next.